Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Fabulites. Just out here walking and thinking about this television show I watch, Love at First Sight. Have you seen it? It's like an 8-week experiment, they call it, but television show for our entertainment. These three couples get married without having known each other before. Experts set them up, and the first time they meet is at the altar when they say, "I do." So the cameras and the experts are with them for an 8-week period, I think it is. And at the end of 8 weeks, they make a decision whether they're going to stay together as husband and wife or part ways. So on yesterday's episode, I noticed that the black couple had a big argument. And they seem kind of argumentative to me in a way. It's kind of challenging, I would imagine, marrying someone you didn't know. Because it's challenging marrying someone you do know. But it turns out, now we didn't really get to hear and see everything. Partially, I think because the woman, what's her name? His name is Nathaniel, Sheila. Because I think Sheila is particularly sensitive about having her private business aired on the television. So I think some things happen off camera, so it makes it seem even harder for the viewers to kind of tease out exactly what happened. But I think what I saw on Twitter is that she called him a bitch, and then he said something about her past. And then when we come back, we don't know what was said about her past, but we know that she's kind of doubling down on calling him that name. And she's like, when he's like, "Why did you call me that?" She's like, "I called you a biatch because you were acting like a biatch." And I'm like, oh my goodness. Just kind of, and I don't know, there's so much that we don't see and it's hard to understand. But I guess just from my own experience, it's kind of shocking to me because I guess I didn't grow up with people fussing and fighting and arguing and name calling. So that's sort of a foreign concept for me. That's something that is very difficult for me to understand, relate to, appreciate. I don't like nobody calling me names. Like when black folks call other black folks Negro, the N-word, I'm like, don't include me in that mix. When women call other women biatch, just, being friendly, I'm like, I don't consider that. "Cat, we coming by?" I don't consider that a friendly term. So, I had one friend, and I'm like, I understand you said it. You didn't mean any harm by it, and I didn't take any harm by it this first time. No offense. But the next time, if it happens again, I want you to know in advance that I'm going to be offended because I don't think of it as a friendly word. I don't want strangers calling me names. I don't want friends calling me names. I don't want family members calling me names. I don't want my boyfriend calling me names. I don't want my husband calling me names. The only name I want you to call me is Angela or Gila. Some people call me Angie. That's cool too. I don't know if I have any other nicknames that are approved, but let's stay focused, girls. Stay focused. No. Nope. Good girl. Yeah, so that's basically, the gist of it. It kind of made me curious, because they seem, perfectly, I don't want to say normal, but I was kind of surprised that they were, conducting themselves in that way, carrying on in that way, interacting with each other in that way. I wouldn't have really expected it. So it just kind of got me to thinking that, inside of people's relationships or, away from you, you never know, how people behave, what they're used to, and what seems, cool to them, which may be cool to them. You know, it's just like, I don't like the pillow fight because I don't want to get hit in the eye with a pillow or hit in the head too hard or anything like that. I don't really, you know, I feel like if I say it, I mean it. And a lot of stuff that I may mean, I try not to say because it doesn't really seem, you know, productive. You know, so do you cuss your partners out, your boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, and wife out when you get into an argument? You call them N-word and B-word and I don't know what else. Just gloves off. They say all's fair in love and war. So I guess if you're having a war with the one you love, it's doubly all fair as all things go. Is that how it is for most people? And I'm just living in this weird bubble. And then, you know, I guess different people have, again, different temperaments. Because some people, you know, it's cool for their girlfriends to call them biatch. You know, and it doesn't mean that they're ignorant or dumb or crazy. They're just different from me. So that's what I got. Just thinking about name calling. Don't be calling me no names. I guess I'm trying to understand it in a non-judgmental way. Because it was so kind of shocking to me and disturbing to me. And I hate to be, you know, I like to try to understand things and put them in context. So, yeah, that's what I got, Fabulous. Woo, it is hot out here. I had on my little jacket when I came out. I had to put it in my backpack. That's what I got. Be you, be fabulous you. Peace. Wait, Bella, wait.